the Jays, they're in on everyone. You see every day there's another report. They're in on everybody.
They're in on everybody, but
talking with everybody.
Are they out on Manoah? Like,
Well,
is Manoah available? I want to know that.
We had another rival executives are saying report over the weekend. Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic reported that, I guess, rival executives in the league believe that Manoah is available.
I wouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. I just think that you got to bring him back and see what he's got this year. You give him the mandate and see what it's like coming back, and if it blows up. Then maybe no one's sniffing around if they're going to offer you something. Because if he's a gas can when he comes back, there's no leverage. There's nothing coming back. It's basically over.
The thing is, though, you're right, because it could have just been a disaster year and you allow him to reset, get in shape, and come back. Unless they know something. Unless they know something about this guy period. Like, it's not coming back. If they're like, this guy is lost, there's no chance he's going to get back to the form of 2 years ago, that's when you move on.
Yeah, and then you're selling something that isn't there, right?
Right, you're selling 2 years ago.
Exactly, and you're selling to other teams like, hey, listen, he's still this, he's still that. There's another possible thing at play here, and that is just bad blood between the two parties that can't be resolved.
That's true.
What could his bad blood be, Hayes? What does he just want to be gift wrap starts when he can't even? What?
Yes, I think that would be the bad blood. I don't know what his reasoning would be there. Like how he could say it with a straight face.
Any grown-ass man with any integrity, he should be apologizing to everybody in the organization and saying, I'll do my best to come back and make it right and return to the guy that started in the All-Star game. If he tries to place the blame on anybody, I would just say piss off to begin with. Well, because that would be ludicrous.
That could be the case.
Right.
The bad blood may be 75% Blue Jays, 25% Manoah. In other words, the Jays are the ones that are not willing to resolve it. Like, you can never trust everything that any executive in sports says publicly. Right? They all play the game.
I do agree with that.
They all play it, right? It's all understood and it's all accepted. Ross Atkins came out at the GM meeting saying they're so excited, they love Alek Manoah. That could be true,
right?
But it also would not be shocking at all if behind the scenes they're like, we can't stand this guy. He screwed us. It's not going to work, and we got to get rid of him, right? I don't know what the truth is. But I'm not going to take it at face value because Ross Atkins said on the record, we love him and it's all good and they're excited and he's going to return to form, because it very well could be a relationship that has been severed that they don't feel that they can stitch back together. And that would not be the first time in pro sports history. It will not be the last.
But I'm just fascinated by the idea of a relationship severed. It's like, well, you showed up grossly overweight and you underperformed and you got to a point where you couldn't even get on the mound, and then you just said you weren't playing. So that's a one-way street. That's not a relationship.
I agree with you.
That's one guy that just tossed everything away.
Now,
what did the Blue Jays do? They tried to support him. They tried to cover everything up for him and didn't say a word about him all year. The truth, they sure as hell didn't tell the truth. It would be a one-shot deal. We want to put eyes on you 2 weeks before spring training, and if you're a mess, it's no way. We'll just cut ties.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, that gets back to what Noodles was saying, that they might think that that's what's going to happen here. Right. So they're going to try to get out in front of it, prop it all up. We're all good. We love him. He's the best. But behind closed doors, they're like, we got to unload this guy now because he is worth nothing in 6 months.
Is still something there.
You're still selling hope. You're still selling a guy that was top 3 for the Cy Young 2 years ago. Right? I mean, that's ultimately where he's at. It's in there. There's a pitcher in there. Alek Manoah proved it for the better part of 2 years, 2.5 years. But this year was so tumultuous. It was such a disaster. Your assessment is absolutely accurate, though. It was a one-way street. They gave him the ball opening day. They called him up too early. They kept going to him. They kept saying publicly he's our guy, or they'd say nothing at all.
Right.
And he was a mess. He had one of the worst seasons we've seen in decades in this town. Yes. And yet, disrespect is in the eye of the beholder. It doesn't have to make sense, right? James Harden, what the hell is he always feeling disrespected about? I don't know. But guess what? Too. Every time he's like, I hate that guy. I want out of here. And it's the same thing. You're like, wait a minute. They gave you $45 million. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
I can't reason with it. But
Well,
that
I
doesn't
would
mean
love
it's
to
not there.
ask Alek Manoah that and say, where is the disrespect coming from? Like, from who?
If
and
he
what,
feels that
and
way.
why
If he
and
feels,
how.
Yeah.
Yeah, to clarify, we don't know that, but if he feels that way, if it's a severed relationship, I can't quite fathom how that would be the case from Manoah's camp. I get it from a Blue Jays side of things.